Good morning, children of the 7th standard. Today, children, we are going to do a poem from a book. Please open your books to page number 17. So, last week we did a lesson, Healthy Life, and we spoke about Dr. Fit and Healthy. Now we are going to tell you why exercise is important in life. And the name of your poem is The Gymnastic Clock. This poem, children, has been written by MC Davis. I'm your English teacher, Asad Jaffrey, and I will read the poem to you. Then I will go ahead and explain it to you. The little clock is friends with me. It talks as plain can be, and says each morning as it rises, now, don't forget your exercises. Both hands above your head, and lower them very slowly so. Oh, don't get tired and stop that way. I exercise like this all day. Right in its face, then I say, pooh, I won't boast of it like you. But I can swing my arms round too, and so the clock then looks at me, and I look back, and each single morning we rise, just exercise and exercise. So this is a very small poem, children. What is the topic here? Is that the child and the clock speak to each other. Because the clock, as you know, it has two hands, and the movement of the clock is like an exercise. So the child says here that every morning when I get up, the gymnastic clock tells me to start exercising, and it gives me instructions on how to do it. Okay, so I also say that I also exercise every day, but I don't boast like you. As this conversation is going on between the clock and the child, the importance of exercise is highlighted here, children. So if you don't play, if you take rest all day in your house, you don't go out to play, you will become a lazy fellow. Okay, or a lazy girl. Now what happens, children? In our previous lesson, you had seen that the boy was ordering food from the restaurant. He was not getting exercise, he wouldn't go out to play with his friends. In the same way, in this poem, the instructions given by the gymnastic clock to the child are very, very precise and clear. The clock wants the child to exercise, and it describes the benefits of exercise. It gives instructions to the child on how to exercise. Put your hands up, bring them down slowly. That is how the instructions are given by the clock to the child. Now, children, in this poetry, the child says that each single morning when we rise, we just exercise and exercise. So, the importance of exercise is highlighted here. As the child rises, the watch immediately warns the child. Now, don't forget your exercise. So, how it is instructing the child? Both your hands above your head, and lower them very slowly so. These are some of the instructions. Oh, don't get tired and stop that way. I exercise like this all day. So what the clock is trying to tell the children is that I exercise like this all day. The two hands of the clock are moving all day. They tell you the time. So it is like an exercise for the clock. Now I want you to turn your books to page number 18. You have to do this exercise on page number 18, C2. C2. There are some words which are repeated in the poem. One is done for you, is plain. So which words are repeated? 2, 3, 4. You have to choose the second, third and fourth word. And children, One more is study the words given below and pick out the rhyming words of the poem. Okay, words which match in sound with each other. The first one is done for you. It is on page number 19. It's on page number 19. And you have to pick up the rhyming words and put it in this column. If you have the book, or you can take a rough book and write down the rhyming words. After this, children, I will be teaching you personification, which is a figure of speech later, and so you can understand your poem better. Now, in short, what is personification, children? Personification is nothing but giving human-like qualities to a lifeless thing. Okay? So, when you make a thing or idea or an animal do something that only human beings can do. The example given here is wind yells while blowing. So, can the wind yell? Is it a human being? It is not. But we are giving it a human-like quality. I will teach you personification in detail in the mind. In the meanwhile, what you have to do, the exercise here is identify the two examples of personification on page number 19. I will be sending you some worksheets later in the day, and in the coming days you have to complete those worksheets and get back to your teacher. In the meanwhile, children, stay home, stay safe. This is your English teacher, Asad Jaffrey, saying goodbye to you. We will meet the next week. The worksheets are on the way. Have a good day, children.